Welcome to Set Your Day with Dr. J. Man, I am excited that you are here today. I want to just welcome all my friends coming on. You know, the last few recordings, we had some real difficulties. It's all due to our internet, man. Our internet's just been crazy in our area. So we do apologize if you've had any things going on. But listen, today's topic is going to be just absolutely awesome. I'm continuing to talk about tough times build strong people. And we're going to dive deep into that today. And I'm going to give you literally the 5 things to remember in tough times. So as you're joining in, as you're coming in this morning, and we're getting something positive the first 20 minutes of our day, right? We're setting our mind on positivity, right? And I want to just say to you, I want you to comment down below right now if you believe that the best days of your life are ahead of you. Come on, I want you to comment yes down below. Come on, we're going to set our mind. We're going to turn up our expectation. We're going to ignite that internal fire. We're going to expect something great to happen to us. All right? Are you expecting? Are you in anticipation? I'm going to tell you, when you're in anticipation and when you're in expectation, it puts fire in your hands and fire in your feet and fire in your heart to continue to take massive action until you get your breakthrough. Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing you do that. The only way you do that is by taking massive action. So if you're ready for that, I want you to post down below. I'm looking in the chat right now. I want you to post down below, yes, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am expecting here today, right? So let's get our attitudes right? Attitude will take us further than our talents, our intelligence, and our looks. So we got to keep that positive attitude going. So let's dive into this message today, right? It's entitled, Tough Times Don't Last, Tough People Do. March 16, 2002 was the worst year of my life. I had a big dream of traveling the world, becoming a best-selling author. I had a big dream of making a difference in a lot of people's lives, of being a high-level consultant and coach to help other leaders. But I'm telling you, that year, nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing was looking anywhere close to what I felt like God wanted me to do in my heart. As a matter of fact, we lost everything. I had to move into my mother-in-law's little house and move into a little bedroom that's about 12 by 12. It was the toughest time of my entire life. And I almost quit. There were thoughts in my mind, right? Hey, why don't I just go down to, oh man, oops. I want to make sure. Hold on a minute. I want to make sure something. Hold on a minute. I'm starting on fire, but I forgot to do something here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right. Let me get this rolling. Okay, here we go. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna start this all over again. Hey, I want to talk to you today about tough times don't last, tough people do. March 16, 2002 was the absolute worst year of my entire life, yet it was the greatest year of my life. I had big dreams of traveling the world, speaking to thousands of people, being a best-selling author, making a difference in people's lives. I wanted to be a consultant to other leaders to help them and to empower them. And yet, my wife and I, we lost everything, had to move into my mother-in-law's little 12 by 12 bedroom. And I'm going to tell you, at that moment in my life, I almost quit. I almost gave up on my dream that I had inside my heart. But there was one scripture that shifted me. that turned everything around for me. Man, I'm telling you, one positive word can change your life forever. And it's found in Psalm 27, verse 13. David said, I would have lost heart except that I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I'm going to tell you what, that year I almost lost heart. I almost quit. I almost gave up because I was not seeing the dream that God put in my heart in reality. And I almost kind of gave in and crushed in. And I almost said, you know what? Maybe, maybe it's not meant to be for me. Right? Have you ever said that? Maybe it's not meant to be for me. And you know what? I'll just serve the Lord. And one of these days, over there in the great by and by, when I get to heaven, I'll enjoy an abundant, happy, successful life over there. I almost did that. I almost just said, hey, maybe my dreams are too lofty. Maybe I'm gone crazy. But man, when I read that scripture, David, in one of his toughest times, he said, man, I would have lost heart. I would have quit, except I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord, not in the great by and by, but in the land of the living. Wow. And when I begin to see that, I started to realize that, there's an enemy that's fighting against the achievement of our dreams. And we've got to fight for those dreams inside our own head to keep them alive until we see them manifest. And I'm going to tell you, this statement helped me so much. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And you, at the core of who you are tough. You are stronger than you think you are. You can handle bigger pressure. You can handle the obstacles. You can handle the problems. And I want to talk about 5 things to remember in tough times really quick here this morning. Number 1, every human being has problems. Nobody is exempt from problems. The poor have problems. The middle class have problems. The rich have problems. White people have problems. Spanish people have problems. Black people have problems. Asian people have problems. Russians have problems. Everybody in the earth, every human being, no matter where you are in life, we all have problems. And the key is realizing that you're not alone. And even Jesus said, hey, in this world, he didn't say it was going to be all peaches and cream and everything's going to be great. No, he said, in this world, you will have tribulation. You will have trials, but be of good cheer. For I have overcome the world. Well, what's he saying? Hey, you're going to have some problems, but you're going to win in the end. Oh, yes. Come on. I may have some problems, but I'm going to win in the end. I want you to post that down below. Victory is assured. You can't quit now. Number 2, every problem has a limited lifespan. Oh man, when you begin to get this from Ecclesiastes, he said, there's a time for everything under the earth, right? That there are seasons, that life flows in seasons. That means there's seasons where there's going to be tremendous problem, and there's also seasons, right? Where you're going to get breakthrough, where you're going to move forward with ease and almost in an effortless way. Those seasons, they come. There's always seasons. There's spring, there's summer, there's fall, there's winter. Those will always be here. And understanding, though, that winter will pass. Yes, it will. And that your problem has a beginning date and it has a scheduled ending date. As long as during the difficult season you embrace change. Now, if you don't embrace change, if you don't evolve, if you don't pivot, let me tell you something. You can end up living in the problem, living in the crisis. But you got to understand right now, that as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep saying, God, change me, God, adjust me, God, I'm going to keep taking persistent action, you're going to walk through and you're going to get to the other side. It's like the old saying Richard Roberts. He said this. He says, if you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep walking, because on the other side of the valley of the shadow of death is your personal promised land. Number 3, every problem holds a positive possibility. Oh, yes, hidden inside of a problem. You got to see problems as seed. And inside that seed, on the outside, it looks like, wow, this is bad. This is a bad black thing that's happened to me. But actually, that bad black thing, inside of that bad black thing is a reward. That there's something positive that can bring about a possibility for your life. So every problem brings a reward with it, right? David, what was the problem? The problem with Israel was Goliath. And David comes up and he understood this, that inside of a problem could turn into a positive possibility. And he walks in and he says, hey, what's the reward for this guy? What's the reward for his head? And it's like, hey, money, a great looking girl, and no taxes. Hey, that's heaven on earth. So understand, having the right mentality about problems, that everything in the earth is there to solve some sort of problem. That's why you exist, to solve problems. Come on. Don't let the problem overwhelm you. No, there is a solution and you need to find it, and God will help you if you ask him for wisdom to be able to solve it. Number 4, every problem will change you. Every problem, hear me, every problem will change you. Yes, that's right. It'll either change you in a positive way or it will change you in a negative way. I've seen a lot of people face some serious crisis. I've seen a lot of people deal with some major problems. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people, sadly, even leaders, when bad times come, when crisis comes, it crushes them, it pounds them into the dirt, and they never bounce back from those problems. Why? Because they didn't allow the problem to process them, to change them. They didn't pivot in the middle of this season of change that came in their life, this slap in the face. And let me tell you, life's going to slap you upside the head. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you got to understand that, okay, this is coming in my life. I'm not going to let it crush me. I'm going to let it launch me to new and higher levels. I'm going to let it not weaken my fortitude, but strengthen my fortitude. Now you mess with me. You got to have that. Now you mess with the Mia. You got to have that attitude that, man, all right, man, you punched me. You got me. All right. You punched me. Yeah. Wow, that hurt. Yeah, that hurt. All right. Now I'm coming back with a vengeance. Right? You got to have that attitude, man. Because problems launch you into the stratosphere of a new level in your life. And sometimes that's part of the purpose of a crisis, to move you out of one season and into a new season in your life that sometimes you would never move into that new season because you're comfortable unless a crisis hits your life. Number 5, the final one. I told you I'd give you 5. You choose what your problem will do to you. You choose. Nobody else. Nobody else is responsible. You are responsible for what happens inside of you. One guy got fired and he was devastated. He never thought he would get fired from his job. And then he realized, wait a minute, I got comfortable. Wait a minute, I settled. I settled for wages all my life. I was a slave all my life to wages. Then he pivoted and he went and started a speaking and coaching and consulting business. Wow. And he went from wages to making profits. Profits are what successful people do, right? And he said this, he says, I had to get fired in order to get fired up. I love that. I love that, don't you? So we got to realize that we choose what our problem will do to us. And we've got to allow our problems, our crisis to what? To move us out of the comfort zone, to move us out of maintenance mode, to move us out of being passive in life, playing video games, watching Netflix, wasting hours and hours on entertainment instead of building the dream that God has for you and in your life. There's the 5. There's the 5. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. When the going gets tough, the song says, the tough get going. But many, some people let tough times cause them to set back, cross their hands, look up and say, God, when are you going to change this? When are you going to just sweep in, turn it around? Weak people do that. Strong people say, okay, going gets tough, got to push out my chest. Come on, I got to push out my chest. I got to push back. Let's look at these one more time. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. 5 things you need to know in tough times. Number 1, every human being has a problem. Number 2, every problem has a limited lifespan. Number 3, every problem holds positive possibilities for you. Number 4, every problem will change you. Number 5, you choose what your problem will do to you. Will it launch you or will it sink you? Will it grow you or will it diminish you? Hope you've enjoyed the day. If you have, I want you to post yes down below in the comments. Man, I want to just say hi to a few of you. Some of you are taking notes. Hey, thank you, Mary. Good to see you. She's laying it out there. She's laying it out there. Thank you so much. Yes, understanding the seasons is vital. Thank you, Thomas. Absolutely. You got to understand the season that you're in. And you got to, when you're facing problems, when you're facing tough times, you got to pivot. You got to take more action. I'm telling you, you can't live in wait mode. The whole world has been like in a wait mode. And it's like we've developed a new mentality of, well, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see when COVID passes. I'm waiting to see, what's going to happen with the economy. I'm scared. I'm holding on to my money. You don't know what's going to happen. No, I've been through this before, my friend. And when tough times come, no. You want to be the most positive person in the room. You want to be taking the most action out of anybody else. Why is that? Because everybody else is contracting. Everybody else is moving back. I've seen it. I've seen it in 2008. I've seen it. I've been in the meetings where everybody's talking doom and gloom and everything's crashing and you don't want to be a part of those people. You don't want to let those words get in your spirit. You need to be like Joshua and Caleb. We are well able. We're going to go in and possess the land. When times are tough, we're taking over, man. We're taking over. That's where you need to be. I seen two people who I highly respected buy into that in 2008. And guess what happened to their money? One of them totally crashed. Totally crashed. I couldn't believe it. Had to sell his house, had to move. I'm like, wow. Be careful what you hear. Be careful what you hear. I'm here to tell you, as you set your mind right, this is the best time ever. There's more opportunity. When change is in the air, when things are evolving, now is the time to take massive action, do some big things. Hey, listen, if you haven't got my book yet, the number one problem a lot of you are facing is right here, is your money. You got to fix the money problem, right? And if you haven't got my book yet, I highly recommend that you grab that book, you get that book. You just go to financialfasttrack.com, financialfasttrack.com. My wife and I have bought the copies. We have bought the copies for you. And it is the path. I give you the path to getting out of scarcity and getting out of lack and struggle. And I give you the fast track, not something that's going to take you 40 years. I teach you how I turned my financial situation around in my mother-in-law's house in 3 years. I turned it around, moved into the house of my dreams. We eliminated all of our bad debt, and we begin to move into a season of abundance. You don't hear this stuff. This is not the stuff you hear every day. But these are the strategies that I discovered for fast tracking, not slow, not take forever. You don't have forever. So make sure you go to financialfasttrack.com and get your book. If you have not done that, go get your book. And with that, we have amazing bonus gifts for you. I've got what I call my fast coaching experience that I take my high-level clients through that helps them identify the number one thing in their brain that's stopping them from accelerating in life, especially in their finances. Man, that is an amazing experience. I call it an experience. It's not a teaching. It's a coaching experience. That's a $2,500 gift to you just for going and getting this book, because I want to make a difference in your life. I want change, and I want it to happen quick. So you might say, I don't like to read. Well, get this book, and I'm going to tell you, you'll get this free coaching program. It'll change your life. And then we give you 1 month to my Wealth Tribe. My Wealth Tribe is my program where I'm training up Christian millionaires, multimillionaires, and I'm mentoring them, and I'm training them, and I'm educating them. And if you want to join a group, it's a small group, and you want to join that, you could do it through this book and experience it for 30 days and test drive what's going on for 30 days. It's free when you get the book. So that's a $1,200 gift. So man, we're blessing people with this. So I hope you jump in. I hope you get it. And again, I just want to say to you, remember, as you begin your day, you're stronger than you think you are. You're tougher than you think you are. You can handle more than you think you can handle. This is not the time to contract. This is the time for expansion. God bless you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. Connect with us at the link down below, and let's get started on solving this one problem I know almost 90% of people in the world have. Let's fix the money thing. And when we fix the money thing, that money thing can solve almost every problem that you have. Elon Musk had a problem. What was the problem? They keep censoring me on Twitter. What did he do? He looked at the problem as a possibility for advancement, didn't he? And what did he do? He got money. He borrowed money, $44 billion, and he threw $44 billion at the problem. And now he's the owner of Twitter. Ecclesiastes teaches us money solves problems. Okay? So that's what we need. We need to solve our own money problems so we can start solving some problems in our life. God bless all of you. I'm out of here. I hope you got fired up this morning. Bye-bye.